Congratulations. This is a wonderful endeavor, EJ and Francis. Congratulations. Um, just a couple of questions about the auction. Is there like a floor price? Have you determined the floor price? How is that?
So there is no floor price determined, but we believe that in the next few weeks that we'll be creating a buzz around it that will be able to, get enough good auction bids for that.
So EJ, I know this is just a jump start for your fundraiser. How much does it cost to set up a pole vault pit complete with a run-up? Even without a track, you know what I mean? Because you don't really need a track, right?
You do need a track because you need to have the box and everything. But to have the pit and the standard to the bar is $500,000 each.
500,000.
Yeah, and that's locally made. The idea is to have those to kickstart the program.
How many schools are you targeting to set up pole vault pits? And the thing is, if you have a pit, you need to have a coach. So, other than your dad, how many pole vault coaches do you have in the Philippines? And how are you gonna address that issue?
So right now we're targeting 3. Hopefully we'll be able to spread it out as much as possible to how do you say, target the most.
Yeah.
We're still looking at potential, of course, as well the fundraiser, how well it's gonna be. And then when it comes to coaching, I think my dad definitely would spearhead the program with the clinic to hopefully be able to train the coaches, be able to teach them and provide them the knowledge that they would require to at least be able to train grassroots athletes. And the pits would come with those clinics as well to make sure that it's not just going to be sitting there and totally randomly. It's going to be sitting there with a program that my dad would be having oversight of it.
If your dad's gonna be, that's gonna open. How much is an entry level pole?
A pole would depend greatly on the brand and the material that's used and the length of it. I know that there's going to be some poles that are around $300, $300 to $400.
So a beginner, like let's say, what age can you start? Like 6, 7, 8?
Well, I started when I was 6. Mondo started as early as he came out of the womb. So, Mondo. I'm just kidding. So, yeah, but Mondo was jumping, I think, since he was like 4 or 5, and he had a pin in his
That's good
backyard.
news. So how much would be a starting pole for, let's say, a parent who wanted to put her child, his or her child in pole vault? I think that's 300.
When the kid starts, they don't really need to get the high-end poles. And beginner poles for kids athletics, they have, we're talking about kids that are like maybe 6, 7, 8. I think 150, 200. And those poles are meant to be just straight. It's a rigid pole. Straight pole vaulting, as we say, it's like a beginner stick. If you want to go to the fiberglass bending and these kind of things, then the prices really do vary.
Last question, how much is your pole?
My pole is around $850 to $900 each. It's one of the longest.
$850.
Yeah, they're one of the longest in the circuit, so they're one of the stiffest as well. And the consistency that I need, it's a bit very, very precise.
And how long does it last?
Oh, if I don't damage it, if it's well taken care of, another 20 to 30 years. Yeah, you can use it for a long time.
Tsaka tumatagal naman pala din. Tumatagal, but as long as you take good care of it.
Yeah.
By the way, DJ, there are some live stream viewers right now. Baka gusto mo batiin. And mga sa cellphone. And any more questions, guys? Ayun.
Hi, I'm Jen, the school someone. So do you think that this framework for your plan will be sustainable in the long run, given the amount of funding and manpower needed? Especially in the long run, the students or the athletes will get older and they're going to need more advanced coaching and more advanced equipment as well.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's why I'm here. I'm willing to help them as much as I can to get to the next step. Imagine if we were able to produce me without any history, any whatsoever, and I can't imagine what we can achieve with what I know now. I started with my dad, and the national record back was 5 meters, and now it's 6 meters. And I can't imagine, the next generation what they could accomplish. If it's sustainable, I would want to, and keep doing my best, be able to provide and help the next generation of athletes. And, but then again, there's the government side of things where the grassroots, and I'm talking right now as well to Ricardo, working with private partners to ensure that the continuous clinics would be a sustainable thing in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else with a question? All right.
So hi, I'm Sean from the same place that Karen came from. So you said in an earlier interview in 2022 that you would like to finish your engineering degree in UST. So how is that going so far, and how are you balancing it with your competitions?
Right now, that's still a hope. As I said, it takes a lot of dedication and time to be one of the best in the world, and I get to do this once. I think everybody gets to be an athlete with the best of their team and their physical ability once in their life, and I'm maximizing that because I want to achieve something great and I want to make history for the country, and I do believe I'm capable of doing it.
Okay. So since I come from a school, so do you have any advice for any aspiring student athletes, especially in the Philippines?
Oh, it's gonna be hard. Being a student athlete is tough. You're gonna be sacrificing a lot of your personal time, and your time with your bakada definitely is gonna be less than anyone else. But if it's gonna be worth it, I think it is. And the discipline that you're gonna be honing with that is gonna be carrying you for the rest of your life. And what can I say? There's a different sense of accomplishment, especially when you're a student athlete and you're under a scholarship, that you know that you were able to graduate and get your degree by doing what you love and putting your dedication into it.
All right, thank you, thank you. Last question. So, as a pole vaulter, the pole vaulting sport is not really that popular. It's not considered like a mainstream sport. Do you intend to keep it that way, or do you want to make it more mainstream? And if so, how do you want to do that?
With the help of the media people here, definitely. How do I make it mainstream? I don't really have that authority or power at the moment. All I can do is perform at the best of my abilities and hopefully be able to attract, what we're attracting now. Or, if you ask me if this press conference is possible 5 years ago, I probably would say it's not. And I think we're doing a pretty good job just by bolting high and doing our job being an athlete, representing the country to the best of my ability.
All right, thank you so much, EJ. Good luck pala on Paris.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your questions. Over on this side.
Just from Philippines first. EJ, with regards to the beneficiaries for your offshore, will this be schools within the Metro Manila, Mega Manila, or will you be looking all throughout the country?
The goal is where there's not a pole pit. So definitely we're not gonna put it in field sport and ultra. We're not gonna put it in NCC where they already have their facilities there. And the idea is to find a place where it's accessible to more kids. So I'm looking at provinces, to be honest. I would prefer to bring it in places where there's no history of pole vaulting and there's people vaulting. Because I've been sent a lot of videos of kids trying to pole vault without a pin. And that is something I would really want to change. And that's something that I hope in the near future is never going to be the case. Kids jumping in sawdust at this age is unthinkable. I think it's a bit sad as a world number 2, being in a country like the Philippines, still seeing beginner athletes not having the facility that they need. I hope we bring that attention, and I'm here to try and change that.
Yes, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for taking the time once again with us. My question is, you are a product of the UAAP, and do you think it's important that sport like pole vaulting or track and field in general should be televised in the UAAP. It's only now that we see the women's basketball group stage games being televised. How do you think this will impact the growth of the sport in the country?
That would be cool if track and field would be televised. I do think that the things that athletes do are very incredible. It's very entertaining, especially if you understand what it means or what it takes, especially due to the AP. I mean, we're a basketball country. Hopefully, what can I say, showcase a little bit more different sports, and not just track and field, hopefully other sports that, that are very competitive. And when that happens, when networks and attention comes to the sport, there's going to be an interest from the private sectors to actually take interest into it as well. And everything kind of just develops. We have such a good program for basketball because it's such a famous sport. Track and field, not yet. So if that happens, if you can help it, with the TV networks and everything, show a little bit of love to, a sport that definitely needs it. Thank you.
Thank you, Marty, for your question. Anybody else? Yeah.